got done. I can't speak English today. Just got done recording the revitalization of real tennis. Thank you. Real tennis. It was Chris versus Ian. I'm not going to spoil what the outcome was or what the score was. You'll also have to check it out in this link once it's published. It was a very entertaining match, and now it's Thursday at 5:30 local time. Phone's going off. I gotta drive 4.5 hours to go to Indianapolis. Even though I could have filled up my car to 100% for the charge and make it to Indianapolis all in one go, I only got to about 85% in my home charge because I forgot to plug it in overnight to full charge. So we're here in Lebanon, Indiana. Yeah, let's name a country into a city, a country in the Middle East into the city in the Midwest. A country in the Middle East into a city in the Midwest, specifically Indiana. A little insulting, right? Yeah, it's a little sketch. It's 11 o'clock local time. I'm about 15 minutes away from my destination. Yeah.
Hey, Bilbert. Welcome to the club. Thanks for being a keyboard coach. I personally have never been to Indianapolis. I think it was the 2021 season, towards the end of summer, beginning of fall of 2021. My 4-5 state league team for USTA 18 and over men's, that includes Ian, Scott, Ira, the whole Essential Tennis, Real Tennis gang. They we went to Mount Carmel, and we played specifically at North Central College. And Mount Carmel, I think Fisher is a suburb there. I think Zion or Zionsville is a suburb there as well. It's about 10 to 20 minutes north of Indianapolis, and is absolutely beautiful. But I've never been to downtown Indianapolis proper. It's a lot smaller than. I personally think it's a lot smaller, at least the downtown area, than the downtown area of Milwaukee. But I could be biased because I've been living in, even though I'm not a Milwaukee native, I've been living in the Milwaukee area, both suburbs and downtown proper, for about, I'm 33, so about 11 years now, almost 11 and a half, which is kind of crazy. A little forewarning, the downtown area, not the nicest in Indianapolis. I'm not going to get into politics. But there were, I like the layout of downtown Indianapolis, but there was an apparent and perceived homeless problem, unfortunately. So luckily I'm a guy, I'm fit, I could defend myself, so I felt safe. But personally, I would suggest any female or someone that can't defend themselves, stay away from the downtown proper of Indianapolis. Stay in the outskirts. That's my 2 cents there.
So finally got some food last night and some drinks. But as of now, it's my lunch break. So I'm gonna go play tennis with a familiar face, Chris from Indianapolis. He's gonna be my doubles partner for this tournament because I'm playing both singles and doubles. But we're hitting at Garfield Park today just to get the feel. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to what I'm experiencing in Wisconsin, but can't wait to hit. Beautiful day today. About 70 degrees. It's almost 11 o'clock local time. took an early lunch, so not windy at all, at least not here. So we'll see how it is on the tennis courts. It's only about 10 minutes away from the hotel. Looks like Garfield Tennis Courts has 8 courts. Some overgrown weeds on some of them, but that's kind of expected because it's just starting to become, you know, warm outside in the Midwest. So hopefully they get rid of them in a week or two for better public usage. Ugh, pickleball court lines, yuck. Sorry about the noise. There's a lot of traffic, or at least the HVAC, sorry, it's not traffic, HVAC coming upstairs. I think it's connected to like a very large building, this parking garage where this Tesla charger is. It's actually a slew of them, and sadly I'm the only one, or gladly. I like seeing, it's kind of like, Tesla chargers are kind of like tennis courts. I like to see them being used. But this is my second time charging my Tesla, because I'm at about 100 miles now. I didn't do a full charge in Lebanon just because, not gonna lie, the area was kind of sketchy. So just got done hitting with Chris. It's around 12:30 local time. I'm gonna charge and then get back to the hotel and do some work and watch the Djokovic-Alcaraz match. Apparently it's in a 5th set, let me double check. The Alcaraz match just finished. Interesting. We played at Garfield Park, which is not the best park, but again, it had 8 tennis courts. Very thankful for that, yeah, even though some of them had pickleball courts. We just did a regular match warm-up. We didn't even do baseline games. We warmed up ground strokes, we warmed up volleys, and then serves, then we played some games out. Chris is hitting really, really well. I personally think that he's gonna make it to the semis or maybe even the finals, depending on how strong his opponents are that day. But he's hitting very well, much better than the previous match that I played him. I'll leave a link to that match in this corner if you guys haven't checked it out already. And also a lot better than any of the matches that he's played on either real tennis or essential tennis, so I'm pretty excited for that. So I'm gonna grab some lunch, and by lunch I mean leftover wings from last night, finish some work, and then my buddies will be here from Wisconsin to play, I believe it's combo or tri-level, Megan, Joe, and Jesse. So I'm gonna work out before we get dinner at the Old Spaghetti Factory. So hopefully about 5 more minutes of charging, and then get back to the hotel, drink some coffee, and do more work. I just took a nice little nap, and then nap was about 45 minutes to an hour. Fantastic, and then I ran for a mile, which I feel good about. Let me show you the hotel room before I run off and watch my friends from Wisconsin play their sectionals match. But this is the bathroom. Toilet looks a little bit weird, but it's fine. I really like the tile marble like kind of floors, and then, you know, typical shower. Foggy bathroom because I just showered as soon as I got done with the mile. Closet's like unusually large. We're going out for dinner at the Old Spaghetti Factory, so I told everybody to bring something nice, which is gonna be good. And then I brought Lacoste tennis shoes, just because I didn't want to pack like, you know, boots or like dress shoes in my suitcase. King size bed. It was actually a free upgrade from I believe a queen size. A Samsonite bag, Samsonite check-in that I highly suggest everybody that even somewhat travels invest with a multi-rolling factor and hard shell case. It's not super hard, but it's good enough. But it's a lot better than carrying my stuff in like a big tennis bag. King size bed, desk, loads of free coffee, which is fantastic, much appreciated. Nightstand, so you know, all my cords and work laptop, which actually died because I couldn't charge enough. And the view is actually not that good. It's not the best. We're on the 8th floor, but gonna head out. I gotta buy some beer for these folks, and then get ready for dinner, for a night out. Enjoy this B-roll. finally back downtown. It's been a long day. Concerning the combo, it's a 404-5 combo sectionals between the 5 Midwestern states, Indiana, Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois. I believe that's 5. I can't math right now. Wisconsin, my friends, Megan, Jesse, and Joe is here for support as well. They won against Michigan 2-1, so hopefully they can take home the championship. So on Wisconsin, but gonna get ready for a pretty fancy dinner out in town. We'll see how this one goes. Not gonna lie, kind of drunk right now. Unfortunately, Joe and Jesse, they're having dog issues because they brought their dogs and they stayed in a hotel room. They kind of got a noise complaint, so they're staying in. So me and my friend for 10 years, Megan, she's a hell of a tennis player too. We're getting Mexican now, yeah, I gotta drink some water. This is a little bit misbehaving, but good news. It's 8:12. I have to play a tennis match in 12 hours. I'm definitely gonna drink some more. And cue my night of regrets because I'm probably gonna wake up drunk. Cheers to my favorite 4-5 female tennis player.
Hey, yo!
Not gonna lie, I'm in pretty rough shape. Got back around midnight, so I had about 7.5 hours of sleep. Not exactly good sleep because that tequila was so good. I think those tequila shots ended up being like $30 each, and I paid because I wanted to be nice. Whoopsie. But it's a 15-minute drive from the hotel, which I'm just leaving now, to the tournament site, which I believe is Marian University, just on the outskirts of downtown Indianapolis, so where I'm staying. So, got a trip to make. So we're in Marian University, which is about 15 minutes. I believe it's 15 minutes straight west. I have no cardinal direction feeling. Straight west of downtown Indianapolis. It's a small NAIA school, but a beautiful campus. They have 8 tennis courts, very few cracks in it, which I appreciate, but a pretty cool like tennis complex to begin with. So I played my first match at 8 a.m. and you guys know that I'm not a morning person whatsoever. And his name's Keith, really good guy. He came back from an injury from basketball. I believe it was right ACL. So he's just kind of getting to the swing of things. But he's an absolute nightmare for me to play. The type of big serve because he's a tall dude basketball player and kind of a push moonballer. And I thankfully squeezed it out 7-6, 6-3 I believe was a score for the first round or second round because there was a bye. So just waiting on my next match. Keep in mind my first match against Keith was 2 hours 45 minutes. It was a battle and a half. So it is now noon. I was supposed to play at 11 a.m. but there's a little bit of delay on court times. So I'm kind of chilling in the shade. Met some friends, having a little wine cooler. Is a wine cooler a bad idea in a singles match? Let me know. Comments down section below. But more to come.
What's up, CG? Welcome to the club. My second round went about as well as expected. I don't necessarily know if it's the layout of Marian University's tennis court. Keep in mind, it's a small, I believe, they're Catholic. It's a Catholic university. I forgot what sect of Catholicism. But it's a small private Catholic university, and it's a beautiful campus. I think they only have like 1,200 undergrad. I might have to Google that a bit later, but I really like the courts. But I just don't know if it's the positioning of the courts in terms of elevation and the surrounding tree area, if it makes it windy. But it was really, really windy on that first day, on Saturday. But the second round against a gentleman named Sydney, who's a tricky player. He's more of a double specialist because he didn't hit super hard, but he's tricky in terms of he gets to a lot of balls. He positions his shots and angles really well. And he doesn't give a lot of pace, which is something I personally like to a certain extent. So I adjusted really well. I was able to blow him off the court with heavy spin and some flatter shots. My flatter shots were actually on that day, and I don't know if it was because of the wine coolers I had in between my first and second round. But I believe I won 1 and 2 in my second round against Sydney. He's definitely more of a double specialist, and he did really well in the doubles draw, and he had a really good partner as well. But he's definitely more doubles oriented. So shout out to Sydney, good guy out there. Hopefully I see you in a tournament in the Midwest sometime soon. But yeah, I won my second round of singles, 6-1, 6-2. Oh yeah, another 8 a.m. match. It rained a lot, and I don't know where my B-roll went or my script went in terms of my GoPro. I might have just accidentally erased it. Sorry. So I'll just have to do the talking head. So Michael Menzies, concerning the third round, I played a former Grinnell player. Very young gentleman. I think he's 24, 25. Played at Grinnell. He played as high as I think 4 or 5. I believe his name is Jack. And me not being a morning guy, probably didn't have the best diet the night before in terms of liquids, if you know what I mean. He took the first set 6-3. His backhand landed short, but not in a good way because it angled to my backhand. So I was kind of caught in no man's land, hitting my backhand, retreating back to the baseline. So it was tough. He won the first set 6-3. Second set, I started to get more into a groove. I started punishing him. I actually started coming to the net a little bit more. I had a tactic of returning and volleying on second serves, which is somehow like, I'm not the best volleyer, but it's an effective strategy in singles, surprisingly at the 4-5-5-0 level. But I squeezed it away, I believe 6-4 in the second set. So we split. And I remember I dumped a volley into the net when it was like 3-5 in the super tiebreak, because when we split, we play super tiebreak. That's the rules now in this tournament. I personally believe at some point I should have been up like 5-1 or maybe even 6-0 on the first changeover. But he squeezed it back. I choked a little bit. He played some good points. I remember a few specific overheads that he was chasing down really, really well. And at one point, I was serving 9 me, 10 him. Missed the first serve. Somehow, my second serve, which I aimed in the middle of the box, hit the inside of the line. So props to Jack for not calling it out. You totally could have. I don't blame you. So brought that to 10-10, and then I believe I won the next 2 points. So it was either 12-10 or 11-9. So yeah, I won the second round very easily, or not very easily. I won the second round not very easily. It was a grinder. I personally, and I didn't record it unfortunately, but I think I lost more points than I won. It's one of those rare instances again. But Jack is running a program. A very small school, and good luck to Jack, and you're a hell of a player, and I think you're going to be a hell of a college coach as well, so good luck to you, Jack. Ooh. Charles Ash, the final, huh? Okay. I actually played, he's a subscriber, and I believe he's on the Discord, but he's definitely known me from YouTube and other social media, because he works at one of the local, I think he teaches tennis, but he's also part of the pro shop in one of the local indoor courts in Indianapolis. So small world, Jackson. So Jackson's path to the final was, he played a pigtail match which I don't consider the first round. He played a pigtail match, won in 3 sets. Yeah, he played the proper first round against the 2 seed, and the 2 seed plays at a small D1 school in Alabama. A hell of a player, hits a really big ball. Jackson beat him in after a split set and a 10-point tiebreak. And then the next match, Jackson, this would be the quarterfinal, won another 10-point tiebreak. So he's had a specifically an exponentially harder path to the second day than me. He played Chris in the semifinal because him and Chris are in the bottom half of the draw. Chris unfortunately had an issue with his neck, so he wasn't at 100%. Jackson beat him after Chris had to retire in the second set. Chris from Essential Tennis and Real Tennis. And then I tried recording the match. Sorry, Jackson. I sent you the link, but I tried recording the match in the final. And I know you're tired. I'm surprised you didn't cramp up. But I'm not going to spoil it on a voiceover. But unfortunately, the Swing Vision app was out of sync with the video and audio. But you know the saying, pictures speak more than 1,000 words? Well, here it is.